You will be completing your Word Module 4 SAM Project 2 assignment for a grade for the first module that we go through. You will also be completing a project for each of the modules that we will cover the rest of the semester. This video will show you how to complete the first one, and then you should be able to do the rest of them, or you can always come back and watch this video if you need to. To get started, you need to make sure that you are logged into your MindTap site, and you will see in the outline view, I've just opened up the Word Module 4 section, and at the bottom of that section, you will see the Word Module 4 SAM Project 2. I will click on that link. It will open up the page that gives us instructions about the project. So just a little overview. You're going to complete the project assignment, read each step completely before attempting it, and some steps may include multiple instructions. You will probably see that at the beginning of each of these. You will see the assignment details. You will be allowed 3 submissions for each project, and this tells you how many submissions you have remaining. So we're just going to click the Start button to get started here. And because I have gotten into this already, it automatically took me to step 2 of 2. So I just clicked the back button, and I'm at step 1 of 2. And it says to download the instructions and start file, and also download support files if available, and then complete the project. Then you can click the continue button down here, and that's where we'll upload it. And so we'll talk about that later on. So we first need to download our instructions. And if you know where you want to save these, most of the time they're going to automatically end up in your downloads folder. So I'll show you where to look for that. I have mine set up so that I can choose where I want it to be saved to when I do the download. So I want it to go into my 2019 spring file. So I'm just going to click the save button here. And if you are using Chrome, you will notice that your files just stack up here along the bottom. You can always open them from that location as well, but I like to have them in a folder so I can always come back to them if for some reason I have to stop working and I don't have them always at the bottom of my screen. So I'm just going to close my X down here so I have more room to work with. We're going to go ahead and click the continue button now. And the reason I like to do this at this point is you are given the expected file name. And so it is usually easier to just go ahead and click and drag through that, copy it, so you can do a right click and choose copy, or you can do the Control-C, whichever is easier for you to do. Now we are ready to begin our project. So I will come into my Windows, my File Explorer here, and again, I'm already in my 2019 Spring folder, so we will see that this is my instructions. So I'm going to open that up. Then I will also get my downloaded start file. Your start file is labeled with SC for Shelley Cashman, and then WD for Word 16 for the 2016 version. We're in Module 4, and we're doing Project B or Project 2. And then you'll have your name listed here, and it will end with the number 1. So we're going to go ahead and open that start file. Now, the other files that we've downloaded here are just supporting files. So we'll come back to those when we are ready. Now, let me move this over here. So this is my start file, and anytime you download something, you will have to click this Enable Editing to be able to use it. And then I'm going to find my instruction file, and I'm kind of going to try to put those both on here so we can go back and forth between them. So our first instruction tells us that we need to open this file that we've downloaded, and then we're going to save it with basically the same name, except we're going to replace the number 1 with the number 2. So we can click on our start file that we've been given, and we'll go to the Backstage view. We'll go down to do Save As. And when we work with this, it will tell us where the document is being stored right now. So it's in the Documents folder in the Spring 2019 folder. So a couple of different ways you can do this. You can just click at the end here. You will have to do 2 clicks, but not a double click. You can just hit the backspace key and type a number 2. Your other option is it does come in with it all highlighted, so you could just do a right click and do paste, and it gets that file name that we brought over from where we copied it. Now this might cause a problem because it does have the DOCX on here, so I'm just going to take that out and end it with the number 2. So we'll go ahead and click the Save button here, and now if I go into my folder, I just want you to see that I'm in the 2019 folder, and I have the first one that I downloaded here with my name and the number 1, and then the new one that I have saved with the number 2 at the end. Now sometimes you will not always be able to see the full name depending on how your window is set up. So if your file names are being cut off and you cannot see all of them, you need to put your mouse between the name and the date modified, and you will see that there is a 2-headed arrow. And this is just like Excel. I know you guys have used that before, so you can just click and drag that 2-headed arrow over, and you'll be able to see the full file names there. So I want you to see that, and then when I'm just going to cancel out of this right now. I'm going to go back to my start file, and then your instructions tell you that you have some supporting files here with it, which we know we downloaded. So then we would just follow the instructions step by step, and it just tells us here that we are an assistant at Mobile Marine, a company that offers boat cleaning in San Diego, California. So we are completing a document to describe services that Mobile Marine provides. So the first thing that they have you do is to add a box paragraph border. So since you've gone through the textbook project, this should be very familiar to you. The one thing that I will make a note of here is that you need to make sure that you have applied the correct color color theme or just overall theme for your project. If you don't, you are not going to have the colors that they want for you to have here. So it looks like you don't have to change anything, so you should be fine with the colors that you have in your color palette. So you will go through, you will complete all of these. I'm not going to go through all of those with you. Once you have finished step 16, it has a paragraph that says your document should look like the final figure on the following pages. So you need to save the changes, close the document, and exit Word, and then go back to the MindTap website and you'll upload that. So we'll go down here. I'll show you. This is what it should look like in the end. So you'll see that there's been some additions made to what we started with. So here's our start file, and then here's what it should look like in the end. So you should have 3 pages in your document when you get finished. And you'll notice that there's a lot of typing already done for you, like I said earlier, so you're not going to have to worry about doing a whole lot of typing. Okay, I'm going to end this video, and then I'm going to create another one with how to upload your file once you have it completed.